I never really show this part of Amazon just because it's like, you know, everybody wants to see the big numbers, but I figured there's got to be somebody else out there who has a family, who has other responsibilities, who wants more than just trucking. So I talk a lot of crap about Amazon. I mean, you know, there's plenty of times that I show you, you know, like, hey, they're messing around with, like, they're accusing you of not using the app when you were using the app. Or, hey, they took this trip that you for sure completed, you did everything right, and they moved it back to in transit. Now you have to fight to get paid for it. But I do also like showing the good. I try to be, like, fair and balanced in this channel and kind of show you the good and also the bad stuff to kind of look out for. I figure today's a perfect example to show you. I intend this to kind of be like a good video of kind of like how I work Amazon, as far as, you know, there's some of these weeks, like I do have times where I get out and I have these big nights and I show you where, you know, it's like I take full advantage of that California short haul exemption. I stay out for almost 16 hours and I can put together some pretty decent numbers with that. But the way that my wife's schedule is, she's on like a rotating every 3-week schedule, and one out of every those 3 weeks I have to be available to take the kids to school. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now. I just got done dropping my daughter off at school, getting ready to head to the truck and do one singular load. I never really show this part of Amazon just because it's like, you know, everybody wants to see the big numbers, but I figured there's got to be somebody else out there who has a family, who has other responsibilities, who wants more than just trucking. Not that there's anything wrong with just trucking, not the channel Just Trucking. I'm talking about just trucking. You know, that they want more than just to be in the truck all the time, that they have other responsibilities. And this is kind of, you know, I've never really shown a day like this where, you know, so, you know, I had to drop the kids off at school. It's 9:44. I was eating breakfast this morning with them, and they posted this little adjustable pickup time load up in Poway. They wanted it picked up at 10:30. That would have been cutting it close, but it had an adjustable pickup time. I scooted it back to 11, and that's where I'm heading to right now. I just kind of want to show, you know, now, and again, end of today, you know, break down the numbers, all this kind of stuff. I'm not going to make $1,000. I'm not even going to make half of $1,000. I'm going to make like $200, but it's just kind of like how I fit these little tiny runs that don't take up a huge chunk of my day, and still am able to, you know, make some money when my wife's schedule is what it is during this, you know, 1 out of every 3 weeks. So that's what we're doing. We're heading to the truck now. Just got my daughter dropped off at school. I am due in Poway in 1 hour and 15 minutes. Just made it to the truck. 9:53. Gotta let Lou do his business before we start this trip. Put him in the truck and he's like, Dad, what are you doing? Come on, you're messing up. Let me walk around a little bit. So, all right, got that arrival successfully detected at 10:44. Also got that screen record at 9, being sure the trip was still in there. It looks like there may not be many trailers. So one thing I love about these little short hops, if it does get canceled and they pay me $175, that's actually probably more money for me than actually completing the load and doing it and paying the toll to come back home. So just ring the doorbell here at DSD8, see if they got a trailer for me or not. Only thing to do is shut these trailer doors up and we are on our way back down to Otay. Trailer doors are closed. Looked over this trailer, it all looks good. Let's get it down to Otay. Good, how you doing?
Pretty good.
All right, they want this dropped off at parking slip 311. And we are done. I was watching the load board the whole way down here. Who's breathing heavy? I think he's a little bit hot. Watching the load board the whole way down here, just seeing if they had a quick little run here, staying down in Otay. I didn't see anything. I'm not going to throw any time at it because I don't have any time to throw at it. I got to get home, and I'm sure there's a load of dishes, and I think I started a load of rugs before I left. I got to finish up those chores when I get home. But you know, I do say sometimes, I mean, I am sometimes pretty critical of Amazon, some of their processes. But if I'm being fair, I have to show days like today. I know, you know, real easy to scoff at $200. If I did that all the time, would I go out of business? Of course I would. But, you know, to be able to do this on these weeks where my wife's work schedule is such that I really should be taking the day off, and I'm able to kind of throw a load together. I mean, keep in mind, I booked this thing at like 8:30, getting done with it now right before noon. All I need to do is drop this trailer off at 311, head back to the yard, and my day's done. Like I said, I'm feeling it. Yes, it's only $200, but I at least feel accomplished today. I got something done. I could have sat at home and done nothing, and it's very convenient to be able to book a little load like this and and get it done like this. So anyway, that's about all I got. Only other thing I have left to do today, what got me into kind of this video editing in the first place before I ever considered, I mean years ago, before I ever considered doing YouTube and that type of stuff, I was kind of known in my circle as like the death video guy. I don't know what else to call it, but you know, somebody would have a family member who would pass away, and they'd give me a bunch of pictures, they'd pick a song, and I'd kind of make a little video for them to share with their family, that type of stuff like that. It's been on my mind, something I needed to do for my dad, and I've just been waiting and waiting and waiting. Basically, just kind of, I really wanted to be perfect. Was waiting for the perfect song to come to mind, and it's been a little over a month. We got a celebration of life for him coming up here in a couple of weeks, but it finally hit me today. The song, it's going to be that John Anderson Years. And finally, as listened to that song, and it just hit me. It's like, that's got to be the one. That's got to be the one. So that's what I got on the docket today. Go home, finish those chores, and hopefully put together a decent little video for my dad for his celebration of life we got coming up. I'm not going to be able to share that on YouTube because I for sure would get a copyright strike on it. But for, you know, the people who are there and are attending it and everything, I hope they enjoy it. But that's pretty much it. Looks like parking slip 311 is actually blocked. I may put this in a different slip and let them know on the way out that what I did. But and just like that, my day is done. I was rolling in the gate at San 3 like 2 hours to the point. It's like almost to the exact point of when I dropped my daughter off at school. So you're a good boy, we're gonna get out. 12:33. I am officially done. My mom called me and said she was over in La Mesa, and that she had some food that she was going to share for me, and that's her pulling up right there. I said, I'll mess with that. That sounds pretty good. So we just, you know, you might scoff at $200. This is a day that for all intent and purpose, I should have taken today off. But, you know, to be able to go out and make $200 real quick, I feel accomplished. Could I do this every day and stay in business? No, but, you know, it's the kind of thing where it's like, I'm glad I could get in there. I'll be right in there. You know, to be able to, my mom's probably thinking I'm crazy out here talking to myself. That's okay. She probably thought worse of me. But, you know, to be able to go out and do this, I will say, you know, like I said when I started this thing, I am critical sometimes of like Amazon's little procedures and stuff, but like I love their adjustable pickup times. That was a game changer for today for me to be able to bump the time back on this one. There was one the other day they had where they put like 4 of these on the load board, and they were all adjustable pickup times, and I was able to make all 4 of them line up to where I was able to get them all done. It was a, you know, it was a decent rate, little bit of deadhead in between there, but I think it worked out to where like the total mileage paid out like $3 a mile for all miles. I think it was $6 loaded, $3 for all miles. So I was able to squeeze in 4 of those definite game changers. But anyway, you know, hey, quick little day, good use of my time for a couple hours, and I'm gonna go in here and see what kind of food she got for me. So as always, appreciate you taking the trip with me. Hope this video serves you well. Take care.